That's crazy.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna let this rock for a second. I'm gonna let
That's
this rock for like a
crazy.
split second. So this is what we're working with, right?
That
This is the clientele now, right?
that's crazy.
Right?
I would say Whoopi Goldberg is accurate.
I don't even. That's crazy that they even lumped her in there.
Yeah, I think that's. But it's not.
Maybe late stage. I would have put her like neo soul type now. I don't know.
Neo soul.
Yeah. I'm
Nah,
like,
she definitely got the blurred look.
yeah, she do look like it now, but she don't talk blurred at all.
No, but like
It's the dialogue that comes.
If you saw her at a NerdCon, if you saw somebody that looked like her at a NerdCon, I'd
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
no, there's a lady that makes jewelry that pulls up to all the conventions that probably looks just like that, like same energy, same everything. Name's Bernice or something.
Bernice.
Yeah. Like Donna.
I know a black woman named Donna.
Yeah, we come on, like it's and she makes like perfect handmade anime inspired jewelry, and she been here for 40 years. She been coming to the first convention.
And her kid told her to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's popping off a little bit.
Exactly, and he helped manage it. You know.
She is a daughter.
She helped manage it, get it together.
Is a daughter because the sons usually don't care.
Yeah. I think they just throwing a bunch of niggas with glasses up here though. Like, cause the brother down here from he was in The Good Place.
No idea what that is.
It was just like a show that was on NBC about people that died and they thought they were in heaven for the first season, and then Switch hit. It's like, oh, they in hell the whole time. Like it's a funny ass show. It's pretty funny. But he was in the show. He was more of a nerd. He wasn't like a blerd. Like he didn't talk about anime once. He was talking about like philosophy and shit.
Oh.
And he was like a study buddy type. You know, like
he looked like a blerd.
Harvard, Yale type, Princeton type. Yeah, but he could be a blerd. But this dude right here. That's your bread and butter for that's
every
right
GameStop employee.
Yes.
That dude, pull him up. That's the prototype GameStop employee.
Prototype.
Scroll down.
Base level.
Now this is like go to the left. So boom, that one. Like
that's a blurred streamer though. That's the new.
No,
that's the YN.
No, that's every female blerd I've ever met. Not every, but 90% of them look like that.
Okay.
Look like that. Yeah, I can't.
But
even
this
talk.
is the culture though. This is what I'm talking about. Like this, when I said, when you were asking me earlier on like a last stream, you're like, what is blerd? Like this is what they label it as now.
So I think that's the poster girl for blerd. Like go up. You see those two girls on the back? Go down, right this there. Right, boom. That's not blerd. That's not blerd.
But this is now. That's the thing. This is the chic. This is blerd chic now.
This is like the cool blerds that just got into it.
That's what I'm saying. It became. We talked about it. We talked about how it was the young sweaties, and nobody wanted to fuck with them. And then somewhere along the line, people got in all these communities. Everybody's hanging out, chopping it up, going to conventions. Then like the YN started showing up. The cool people started showing up, but then just wanted to be like in it, like.
Cause to me
now it's the chic. Now it's the.
This is like the blerd that just became a blerd like 6 months ago, and then I X'd that out. So that's like the Charmander blerd.
Yeah.
That's like the first evolution stage.
This is Battle Pass blerd, right?
Yeah,
they bought all the necessary stuff to play, but they might not be in it. Or if they were in it, they might have just been really closeted about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but exit down. Then now go back to the other homegirl right there.
Which one right
here? Yeah, now this is like the final evolution blerd. This is like you've been watching.
No, that's OG though.
You've been watching anime your whole life.
That's the OG. That's the ones. So the thing is, it's like when you think of that concept, you think dude don't really come out the house. He only goes up to the card shops. You know, butt crack hanging out at the Yu-Gi-Oh convention. Like that's what you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, there's also the girl that just really don't rock with nobody. She hang out at the house. She like her anime. She chill, and then she don't really show up until now.
Like she don't show up until BlerdCon 2025.
Exactly. And mad chill, mad cool. Just don't really go out. Don't really do much. Chill. And now she probably has like 1 million streamers. You know what I mean? Like,
but nah, this girl right there, she looked like the side effects of being a blerd. Go to no. Oh, no, right? No. There you go. Click that. Yeah. So she that looks like a blerd streamer. Yes. Like if I didn't see like the YouTube thing, I would have been like, she's definitely like a influencer. Yeah. Of sorts.
And she probably is. And the thing is, it even like it crosses over now, because there's all those like, oh, I'm a witchy type, or oh, I'm neo soul type, you know what I'm saying? Be
all those
out at the day parties, the Erykah Badu day party, drinking white wine, bottomless mimosa type sisters. And they kind of been crossing over into the whole like, oh, I like anime and I like all this other stuff too, and whatever.
So, but they don't even know Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. And like
they don't.
And the other stuff.
And that's okay. Yeah, I hope you learn. What I want though is, like we're talking about, you gotta have respect for OGs. Like, and I wasn't even all the way a part of it.
So that guy's the OG right there. Wait, click
this guy?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he the OG. He the he do the YouTube channel.
Actually,
right?
No, yeah.
Yeah, he the OG. Yeah, listen, he been doing that stuff since before it was cool.
Yeah.
So he's
and then you got your glow up, which is cool. They ain't even Key and Peele ain't even blurs on.
Nah, he was in the Toad movie.
He was, yeah.
Or the Mario. Yeah. Shout outs to him.
Yeah.
But then they got the ones that be doing too much.
This guy?
No, go up. Well, that person. Go down. Hold on. Boom. That one right there.
Right here?
But like, what do you need shirts to let people know?
Well, so this is what it becomes. This is where like, what is it? Like interest meets what industry, whatever, that type of shit. Where it's like, all right, now we gotta put merch out. Now we gotta.
But that's the neo soul blerd.
Yeah. Now we gotta sell it instead of people just showing up to events and liking stuff, which is where it starts to become like, this is blerd chic. Like this is like. They're creating an identity that people can join, as opposed to it just being a bunch of people showing up to a thing and liking stuff.
But what about so these are the Dr. Umar blerds?
Yes, but they not as militant as you would think.
Oh, so they like woke conscious blerds.
Yeah, I still put them in that neo soul type. Like they be listening to like that like day house music type shit.
I don't know what that is. But...
this dude was it Katronda, whatever it is. I don't know.
They listen to like Coltrane and shit on the weekend.
Yes, but Coltrane with like a salon beat on the back of, like day party types. But I mean, it's for everybody. I'm not trying to like gatekeep at all. It's just I would like some sense of like everybody can join, because what happens is you got the young sweaties and they love going to conventions because that's what they do. But then now they kind of feel weird because they're around a bunch of people who are clearly doing this to get on a platform. And it's like, let my man breathe. He ain't never seen nothing like this before. He ain't never seen regular people walk around like that. Like,
I've never been to a BlerdCon. All this blerd stuff is like new to me.
Well, BlerdCon is a vibe, and I'm this is only my second year actually going. But I know people who went for many years, and the reason why is because it's not just an anime. It definitely is a black nerd.
It hasn't become Comic-Con yet.
Not really, but I feel like it could. Like it could, especially like I ain't gonna call it like I was about to say something out of turn. But like, it's not gonna be the next Freaknik, but it's it's definitely, and it's not a shot at either of them. It's definitely like, it is a vibe, because you realize like it's that first, and then it's like, oh, it's not just anime. There's people out here dressed like Spider-Man or whatever. Like it's a whole thing, and then it's like, yeah, this dude's getting barbershop like haircuts on the 3rd floor. So it's a thing, definitely a thing.
It's just
I guess I don't know. Yeah, that's what it is.
So who's like the LeBron James of blerds?
Right now, I feel like people trying to put Michael B. Jordan in there.
Why? He's not even.
Cause he. So did you see he did like a Coach Naruto run?
That garbage.
He just put a Naruto symbol on a jacket that already exists, but it's like he's been open about it, and he's been putting a little bit of it in some of the stuff he did.
Like, I ain't never seen a nigga wear that outside. I saw somebody with the book bag.
I'm not saying people wore it. I'm just saying people putting him in that position.
They putting him in that position.
If not him, it's definitely a Meg Thee Stallion. It's probably Meg Thee Stallion, more than likely.
Who's that?
You joking or you?
No.
Listen,
Fox.
You don't have to know the music, but you know that styling when you see. Let me see. She is tall as shit.
Oh, I know.
Body Yachty girl, right? Body Yachty.
So she's the girl that this nigga shot.
Yes. Yeah. The Tory. But she was popping, right? You know, doing the ass shaking music, hanging out with city girls, whatever. Then randomly out of nowhere, she did a cover shoot. And the shoot was fire, right? She had a good time. But the thing is, she did the shoot, but didn't tell anybody what it was for. So people who weren't in the know were just like, this is a cool look. Maybe some like Lady Gaga type-ish, you know. But any anime person would have known that that's who that was. Any anime person would have known who that was. Like whatsoever.
You can use the car keys.
Sure.
What kind of tires you got?
BF Goodrich, baby. BF Goodrich?
I don't know anything about cars.
I need to make this post anyway. But you know what this is, right?
No, yeah, it's Todoroki.
Right.
Yeah, and then I see
So the whole nerd community was like, oh shit, she's identifying what this was the magazine, paper magazine, whatever. And she did the whole spread, didn't really tell anybody what it was. Like, I don't even think unless the organizers were into anime, they probably didn't know what this was. They just thought it was a cool design. And then that let everybody know, like, oh, is she into this? She into this? And it was kind of like, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But then over the last year or two, she's been like on it with it. Now, is this publicity? Possibly. Like, she might not really be around it, but some of the interviews.
Nah, I saw like she did like some tweet a long time ago, and then she mentioned like an anime. And but it was
she mentioned an anime.
It was like an obscure anime that like you would only have to know if you watched anime, and I was like, huh, that's interesting.
That's another. She did a couple deep cuts where it's like, all right, I kind of get. She might be involved, and then now it's just been this for the last year and a half. So she might be the poster child right now. I think she might be the LeBron James.
She's the Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie, okay.
Or the who else is that other girl from WNBA? The Caitlin Clark. Well, not Caitlin. Yeah, I guess Caitlin Clark.
Tiffany
like,
something like that.
Nah, it's Aja Wilson.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say Caitlin, but you know I can't say it. You know, but
yeah. As far as
we don't have a LeBron James.
There's a couple NBA players that are like,
yeah, but they don't know shit.
And there's like a football player who like really is into this shit. Let's see. It's like NFL guy. This dude, bro, will he be doing Naruto runs out the gate and shit?
God.
He like mad. He be on interviews talking about like how he just wants to get off stage and play Pokemon and shit. Like he's like into it at least.
Oh God. Listen, a good way to get yourself off that list is if you do anything Naruto related.
Really?
Yeah,
you don't think that's a qualifier?
I just think that's like the McDonald's of anime right now.
I mean, it is, but
you see how you Google Megan Thee Stallion anime,
yeah,
and then mad stuff just come up of like different things. This dude just got Naruto.
That is fair. He do be talking about Pokemon and stuff too, so that's why I'm like, he's also not really that well known. It's just I've seen the memes of it. Like I've seen the like.
Yeah, he got the Naruto sweater.
Yeah.
That's oh God. Oh God. What village is that?
That's sand, but that's like Akatsuki sand. So it's like when you cross it out, you not.
You get kicked out when they cross it out.
Well, it's like when you, I guess you just decide to like, you decide to cast yourself out of the village and become part of the Akatsuki. You just put the line through it. I don't rep the set.
If you don't rep this set, then stop.
Then take it off. I know. I know. I think it's anime.
Just take it off.
I don't know what the hell they doing.
But you gotta let everybody know, like you are op.
Yeah.
So that don't make sense to me. You gotta let everybody know that. I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess. Speaking of, did you see Marvel and DC's doing another
Like comic collab?
Yeah.
Because you put me onto that book that I actually want to read. Because I didn't know they would have ever. I didn't think they would have ever clashed for anything.
They did. Like 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, I think is that the book you showed me at the shop?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is the big, and then because they had re-released it, and then everybody was like, "That's crazy! They actually re-released it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy stuff." But then they re-released it because they were gonna do another one. So,
where's it coming out? Or what's the? Do you have any intel on it? Anything you can? Because you be in the know a lot.
yeah. There's some people, stop by.
You be on the ground floor,
and then they be they tell me things before, but nah, nothing. I didn't. Nobody has come in, so I never really got to say, like, just to be like, oh shit, like, yo, what's going on with this? But apparently, from what I do know, is that the editor at DC, she used to be the chief editor of DC Comics. She used to be an editor in Marvel Comics. She used to be under the chief editor. So she went to DC, and then since they were both friends, they were like, "Yo, let's just do this."
It's time, basically. They're just like, it's time.
Yeah,
it's time.
It's been almost.
Do you think it's like honestly I'm trying to figure out what the new formula is for like all these movie releases. Like Marvel needs this new era, Doomsday, all this. They need it all to work, right? And then DC needs shit to work too, and it sucks because it feels like they had momentum and then they just kept losing it. Because I like some of the DC movies. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna fully hate it. I did enjoy some of the movies.
I don't like Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder's a little weird. I like, say what you want about him, but I think the concept of trying to bring these characters together is okay. I think it was just rushed, right? Well, but I can see all these characters on screen and be completely fine.
Yeah, and I don't think they didn't need an introduction.
That's what it was. I think it should have just been like, just start it. Just
because everybody would have. It's just like, oh, they didn't introduce the characters. What the fuck you need to?
Yeah.
How many Batman movies they've been? How many Superman movies they've been? These are the most iconic characters of all time. We had Justice League Unlimited. We had the Justice League card. There's been so much media for DC. They had Batman the Animated Series. They had the Michael Keaton Batman. They had so many different iterations of Batman. Where it's like at that point, like, do you really need to introduce these niggas? You don't.
Just show up a day in the life. Just a day in the life already.
Just show up. Just show up. That's what they needed to do, but they can't really make like a good. They couldn't. They. I don't know. It was. Zack Snyder just didn't know what he was doing.
Which is odd because
visually I like Zack Snyder.
Visually, because I enjoyed, and some people hate me for this too. I enjoyed Watchmen. I didn't hate the movie at all.
No, it was great. If it came out like in like the 2010s,
yeah,
everybody would have been sucking it.
Yeah, it was solid. It was a solid ass movie. So I was like, all right,
ahead of his time.
Yeah, and then fast forward, we just couldn't get it together. But it's like you already did an ensemble movie with. I mean, Watchmen is a well-known, graphic novel, but it's still not as well-known, like comparatively. So it's like you did that with these characters. Why can't you do it with some of the biggest stars ever?
Because Zack Snyder only cares about Zack Snyder. that's just a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, he cares more about his vision than he does the characters.
I'm feeling like both sides are coming together now because they got to be like, all right, we need to make money in box office. We got movies that are coming out weeks apart from each other. Mm-hmm. Maybe it should be less competition and more just like pull up for both type situations. Like basically they're trying to Barbie Oppenheimer the DC Marvel universe. That's my theory. I think they're trying to make people come show up to both movies, man. It'll be cool. Like just so they can both make money. Basically.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do. All I know is
because they tried competition and Marvel just washed them. They just washed them, and it didn't work for DC. It just didn't work. But that doesn't mean DC shouldn't get to eat. That don't mean any movie shouldn't get to eat.
I think the Superman movie looks good.
Yeah,
the trailer looks amazing.
Yeah,
I just hope that
they fix his eyes. They fix Homeboy that.
They're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Now they're not that when the fact that they pointed it out, they're just not gonna do that. They definitely not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the original right there.
This one, right?
No, go to the middle.
Just open for this one.
That's the original right there. That shit was garbage. Oh god, it's mad tiny. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Trying to get. I think that one was. Yeah. Oh yeah, still.
You can just get the one next to it.
This one?
Nah, go to that one.
That's
Junk too? Nah, that's Jim Lee. Jim Lee did the cover for that.
Jim Lee, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's Jim Lee. Could be wrong, but I'm almost sure.
Related to Stan at all or no?
Nah, he's Asian.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then that one's another one underneath it.
What was the premise of this one?
Of any of them?
Oh, yeah, the clashes like the.
Oh, so there was two different versions of the books. There was book one where they had all of the books where they had to fight, mm-hmm. and then the fans voted, and then they would get the winner. So the cool thing about the first omnibus, or like book one, if people aren't familiar with the term omnibus, is what made this one special is that they put the alternate endings for all the books. So there was so they had.
Did they release it with different ones?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I love when they do shit like that.
Yeah. So when they had Hulk versus Superman, I can't remember which one. Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read it at all. Mm-hmm. I just bought it because they're never making those ever again.
Yeah,
they're never reprinting those. So if you got it, consider yourself lucky because that is never happening again. For the Hulk versus Superman, the issue, they had one if Superman won and one if Hulk won. And then I think that they didn't release like one, and I forget why. I think is the Captain America and the Batman one.
Ooh.
And then they never released the alternate ending for that. And I think that they're bullshitting. And
like they just didn't have it, or
Nah, they just said that it was quote unquote lost to time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, I mean, how y'all have all of them except for that one specifically?
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I guess maybe they didn't want to publish it because they didn't want their like poster boys to like
look some type of way.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because in the original, I'm pretty sure it was like a stalemate.
Okay.
So I mean,
I don't believe, but
yeah, I don't believe that either.
Yeah.
But and then after they did the verses, the second one, the second book or omnibus two was they had amalgams, or if you don't know what an amalgam is, they had like mashups of two different characters.
Fusions for
yes,
for
fusions.
for anime nerds out there. They get that. Everybody big.
Yeah, exactly. So they did Green Lantern and Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
So then they had the Iron Lantern.
Damn, that's kind of OP.
They had Bruce Wayne, Agent of Shield.
Okay.
They had Lobo the Duck, Lobo Howard the Duck.
I have actually seen a cover for that. Now I think about it. I think I've seen or like a yeah. I think I've seen that before.
They had Wonder Woman and Storm. I think you could pull it up. They have like a big
CDC Marvel Fusions. Let's see if they have any. Fusion character.
No, just put amalgam. This is the only thing that's gonna come up.
Oh, this it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was another one. I don't know who did that art, but if you go down, if you go to the no, go left, no, right there. Oh God, that's the Jim Lee art.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, this was posted by Jim Lee. Oh sure. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy that because in the omnibus slash the big books in the collections, they usually do different versions of the book, so you get to get cover 1 and cover 2. I didn't buy the Jim Lee one. I brought the classic look. Then the Jim Lee ones ended up being worth more on the secondary market, but doesn't matter because they're both gonna.
That's Dr. Fate, Dr. Strange.
Yes.
Dr. Strange Fate.
Yes.
Nice. That's actually kind of dope.
As Thanos and Darkseid.
Nice.
That's
Wonder Woman, Storm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Spider-Man and Superboy.
Okay. Hawkeye and
no idea what that is.
Yeah.
This is Hawkeye and I don't know.
The Thing in Hope looks like maybe.
Why the thing got 4 arms?
Oh yeah, that's wild. Goro.
Who knows?
He looked like he got the Hulk shorts on. Oh wait, no, because that's Fantastic Four mixed with something too. Wow.
The Wolverine and Batman.
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
Wolverine and Batman, really?
It's pretty cool. Actually, it kind of looked more like he looked like T'Challa a little bit.
You know who he looked like? Now, he looked like Faust. Now, if you open up another page and look at Faust comic, they definitely were like, yo.
Yeah, I'm sure. Make sure how I spell it. I ain't trying to be in
FAUST.
Okay, I was like, oh, E.
You put Fauci.
Look like Fauci. Oh shit.
It's my guy.
Shout out Fauci.
Yeah. FAUST.
Oh, it's T. My phone.
Yeah.
I can't hear for shit, bro. It's all that tired.
Faust. No, put comic.
Okay. Or is he like a hidden gem type? Okay, I see this. He look like Magneto with horns.
Yeah, 3.3.
Somebody trying to sell it.
Nah, you gotta get the.
Oh shit! So he's got shutter claws.
Bro, he looked like Dark Claw.
Yeah.
Or whatever Dark Claw, Batman.
What
Wolverine.
is this? Wait, what the hell is it? What like? This looks like really old school.
So this is like if you all right. So you know how like Invincible and all this other shit is like popular now.
Yeah.
So this was like the earliest that I could think of off the top of my head. I mean there could be others that predate this, but Faust was the first adult superhero comic book. Like the first like the first to get popular. Let's just say the first to break out.
Okay.
This was long before Invincible, long before The Boys. This was long before like any of that shit. Like this kind of set the standard for like these comics because at that time this was like what 88, 89. Nobody was publishing crazy superhero stories like that.
I kind of see it because it looks like he gives off all the energy of Spawn, Punisher, like all the
before Spawn.
That's what like of that. Like it looks like they all took a piece of this. Like whatever it was, just like on the cover, it looks like the energy of it.
Yeah,
like a Dark Logan story, any of this shit. Like I feel like I can see it. It's like, oh, okay, this is where you got your shit.
It's crazy because Spawn. Exactly, Spawn was another one.
Yeah.
You know, this is before Spawn too. You know, so this is essentially about a guy who was in a mental institution, and he makes a deal with the devil. He sells his soul to the devil to become a superhero.
Okay, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so he sells his soul, and he becomes Faust, and this was based off of a classic story called Faust as well. It's like a classic, like I don't know, some kind of like old timey, old Roman story about a dude who sold his. Yeah, there you go, right there. Look, right next to it. Go up. Like you see.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So they were doing these kinds of Faust stories, but they wanted to do one with a superhero, which has never been done before. So as you could, see.
Yeah.
But crazy enough is that
You see it though.
Yeah, you see it though, right? Yeah. So, funnily enough, it was a black and white comic, and for me, in my opinion, I feel like people would like it more. It would be a topic of more discussion if it was in full color, because the book. Well, I don't think that's it. But I think that's like a cover. But it's black and white.
Yeah.
But since it's like hyper violent, there you go.
Yeah.
Since it's like hyper violent, and that's like the selling point of the book, I feel like it takes away from the impact it can have.
Putting it in color.
Yeah.
No,
putting it in color could amplify.
Yeah. Would amplify, would help. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they never do much with it after, I'm guessing, or like.
Nah, it had like a shitty straight to VHS movie. But nah, it has like a crazy cult following of just like these crazy diehard fans. And then that's how I found out about it, because some guy was they did like a Faust anniversary omnibus or like big book collected. Yeah. And then some guy was like, "Oh, did you get it? Did you get it?" And I was just like, yeah, dude, like I'll get it, because he was bothering me about it.
Yeah.
And then I finally got it, and then the book went crazy on the secondary market, because I only think like they probably might have did 10,000 copies of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I just bought it because I had a homeboy that was like, "Oh, you gotta do it. You gotta buy it. You gotta read it." I read it. It's definitely a first of its kind story.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're into The Boys, that's definitely like
I might have to check this out. Yeah,
and
especially I like finding out what was the inspiration for a lot of stuff, or like seeing something that was so successful, people were like, all right, let me test the waters.
I wouldn't say it was successful, but it's one of those.
I thought it was a video game.
It was definitely one of those like
Well, it was one of those things that showed you it could be done.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool.
Because a lot of the old heads that I know that come to the shop, they're like, "Oh, Faust was great for his time. It was revolutionary. Everybody was talking about it. Yeah. Everybody was talking about it like it was the greatest thing." And I read it, and I was just like, "It's not bad. I don't." But
it's one of its era.
Yeah.
Because I'm big into film, and like I'll be put on to, or I'll be interested in movies from like the 50s and 60s. And if I try to show that to someone now, they're gonna be like, "This shit is boring. This is this," but it's like, but no, this is the reason why it's important. I'm not saying that it's the best thing ever, but it caused X, Y, and Z. So
I would say this is the Casablanca
of like. So now we
yeah,
thing like,
that's the Casablanca of adult comics.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough right there.
Yeah, and it's getting a
animator. Is it like Reanimator?
Nah, it's wait, you gotta go up because I think this is saying that the Faust comic is getting an animated series adaptation. Faust horror comic
animated series adaptation. This is 2021.
Yeah, by Sony.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
I could dig that. I would pull up for that. Well, that's the thing. We were just talking about how like Invincible blew up when you was like nobody was really checking for it.
I wasn't checking for it.
But like you said, like it didn't hold like a huge, no one gave attention.
A fuck. But then a show comes out. I gotta cut you up. What? No one gave a fuck. I gotta put emphasis on this. No one gave a flying fuck. Not even me. That was on the shelves. Like that was something that you could pick up and buy. Number one. Like I could have picked it up and bought it. And now it's a $2,000 book. No one. Absolutely no one. Only one person that I know that I worked with, he was buying it every week and he was telling everybody that they should buy it. And another homeboy of mine, shout out to Josh, shout out to Battle, shout out to all those guys who read it first, was reading it when nobody was reading it. And then he looked lame. It looked lame.
He's not an appealing character type. It's like even me watching it, like as somebody who's like not even that connected. It was like he's blue and yellow, and he looks like Kick-Ass. Like Kick-Ass is like a dumb superhero movie design comic thing, but it's because of what they're doing. It's like it's a nigga with two sticks, but then you see he's like cracking people's jaws open, and there's a whole thing going on. I like where this is going. Same thing with.
But Kick-Ass has some appeal to it. There was a uniqueness about Kick-Ass and the way he looked and his story. This was just Invincible. Just looked like a generic superhero.
Yeah,
just look at him
like a day player. Or what is it? Is that called day player? Whatever in like sitcoms.
He looked like a default.
Yeah,
like
he do look like if he was playing what's that joint that was pop? It was like a MMORPG joint, the DC.
Oh yeah, DC, the DC MMO, and then you just click the randomizer button, and then that's the default that you get. But people who were reading it knew it was special, So, but anyways, you can take it away. I just had to put emphasis on the fact that
in the same thing with that. It only takes one adaptation, because what you're doing is, I was talking about, it's like you're getting the laymen in, right? You're getting people who don't know shit about shit. They don't know shit about comics. Same thing happens with anime, manga. It's like they don't know shit about it. They are the 99% that are out there going to Buffalo Wild Wings on the weekends, chilling, watching sports, hanging out with their family, doing nothing. Then they click on Netflix, they click on Amazon, and it's like, what is this? Invincible? I've never seen anything like this before. Meanwhile, everybody else in the back's like, yeah, we've been here. But then boom, you immediately got people paying attention, buying comics, they're taking their kids to comic book shops, and then it becomes a $2,000 comic.
Yeah.
So it could happen to Faust. it could easily happen.
We gotta see. We gotta see. You gotta read it first.
No, yeah,
it's hard to get a copy of that book anywhere.
Really?
Yes.
So I can't pull up to the shop and find it?
No. No.
Okay. Right.
Because listen, you gotta understand, Faust is like so underground that like when they do these re-releases of the books, no one like you think no one gave a fuck about Invincible, even less people give a fuck about Faust.
Damn.
So it's I'm not saying that they're not out there, but you could get like the trade paperback, the soft cover, okay. And it's not a cheap book.
Yeah,
not a cheap book. It's like $60.
So Skeletor.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like a heavy metal.
That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of heavy metal.
So that's the go down. That's the one I bought.
This one?
Click no, go underneath the head. Pause.
This
that one.
Okay.
Boom. So that's the book that I bought when it had come out.
Okay.
And then when I saw that it was going crazy on the secondary market, I didn't open it. And then I waited until the trade paperback came out, the smaller version of the book, and then I opened that one and I read that one, and it was cool. Yeah, I mean it's cool. They just got crazy covers, like
no, this shit. It looks like heavy metal posters, which I like. I really rock with this art design. I would love something like this to get a second wind, like. Because I was watching Metalocalypse and all the other shit and like Primal, you know, all these kind of gritty cartoon style.
Yeah, I want to get that one. Go down. Right there you go.
Ooh.
Like I wanted I saw that graded at like a 9.8 and I was like, man, like this is cool as fuck.
Can you take me through the grading system? As you can be as brief as you want, or you could just like go into detail. I got enough time. I don't know how much time you got. I kind of want to get behind it, mainly because I got a stack of cards I'm sitting on right now, and I don't know if they even. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm an average black man. I got ranges of confidence wherever I go. Right. Mm-hmm. Some places I got more. Some places I don't. You would think I'd be okay in like a card shop nerd setting. I am so nervous to put a stack of cards on these niggas' table, just for whatever reason. Cause I was like, I don't know. It's something about like the way I hear them talk to other people in these conversations where they be straight up dissing niggas. They be putting niggas to shame for what they got, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Like, I'm usually nicer about it, cause
it's ruthless.
Shout outs to Mr. Softy.
Yeah. I don't think they caught that.
Okay. Yeah. But so I work at a comic book store. So we get people that try and bring their stuff, and then we clip it like immediately. Like now you gotta get the card and you gotta email somebody and you gotta go through the whole shebash. But sometimes like you get those people that are like really pushy. They're like, nah, well, can you take a look at what I got? And yo, I kid you not, 99% of the time, they ain't coming in with anything that's worth even looking at, even pulling out. Never. It was only 3 instances, I would say, for my 2 years of working there. Out of the hundreds of people that always like, oh, I got something. Like the reality is, a lot of people think they got something, but they really got nothing.
Yeah.
There's one common question that I get from like older people that don't know nothing about comics. Oh, what's the death of Superman worth? Not a goddamn thing. That was printed ad nauseum. So like you get questions like that. The craziest thing was it was a YN. He came in with a pool shiesty on, and he had like a bag, like a little like laundry bag, and he had books in there, and he was trying to sell them, and I was like, nah, we can't, blah 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 blah. Like I just dubbed it immediately. Then he looked up, and then he saw like a reprint of Hulk 181. Now you Google it, just so you could Yeah. So you saw a reprint on the wall of Hulk 181. So for those of you that don't know, the Hulk 181 is the first appearance of Wolverine. So he was like, "Oh, I got that," and then I'm thinking like, "This nigga don't got that." So then he pulled it out of the bag and he showed me. He's like, "Yo, what's this worth? Is that what it's worth?" And I'm like, "Well, that's the real one." So, you walking around with a few $1,000s in your bag. He's like, "Oh, word."
Oh, he had like an original? Like,
yes, he had the original.
Damn.
And then I was like, "Yo, bro, like, honestly, just put it on eBay, bro.
Yeah.
Just put it on eBay." Yo, thanks, man. Thanks. Yo, bro, like, that right there is probably worth a couple thousand. Ooh. At a 2.5.
Ooh. But 2.5 is like low, right? That's pretty.
That's the one of the lowest things that you could get. A 9, that's a $10,000 book easy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A 9, that's not common.
Yeah.
9.8 right there. That's
at a museum, right?
That's like a $50,000 book.
Yeah, it's got to be at like a museum somewhere.
Probably. Oh, that's the German 1999 rare reprint. Okay. Yeah, that's not real. But a real Hulk 181,
it's a Mexican
9.8. That's at least 50 G's.
That's crazy.
I saw so on the website you could see all of the grades.
Yeah.
You can see how many, like, it's like a report of how many books are graded for Hulk 181 and the different grades and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a 9.9 and there's only one in the world.
It's crazy.
And then I remember somebody was talking about it. That's a foil cover. And then we were talking about it on Discord, and then the homie was like, "Bro, like, what do you think that will cost?" And I'm like, "It's probably the fucking as the price of a house."
Yeah. So that's a down payment. You could put that.
No, that's not a down payment. You could pay it off. You could
buy a house
with that book. Is a one of one.
Yeah.
It's literally a one of one. So pretty much, the way the grading system goes, I mean, depends on comics. It goes from non-gradable, which is essentially a 0, to a 10. 10 being the hardest. So the common one you would get is a 9.8. That's like the most common one.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the mid-grade stuff, which is 5. The low-grade stuff, which is
2, which is a 2.
Yeah, 2 is 0.5. Non-gradable, which means you're just trying to preserve the book at that point. And then if you click the so a gold label means that it's signed, it was witnessed and authenticated. Click the middle one. The green label means you've altered the book in some way. So in the Hulk 181 case, there's a lot of green labels of that book, mainly because when people were kids, they would cut the inside of the book
to get like the stamps or coupons and shit.
Yeah. So I remember a guy he came in, but he didn't have the book with us, but he was just asking us what we should do, what he should do. And then we were like, well, do you want to preserve the book? Because that's what you would be doing at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to get you're going to get a green label, or it's going to be non-gradable off rip. Then he was like, nah, I just want to preserve it. Like, I want to make sure that it's good. So then, he had sent it off on its own, but he just wanted an opinion. And the older the book, the more it costs to grade. So you're talking about, like, you get like grade an old book, you might pay $100 to $200 to grade it. Yeah. So it really depends, because some of these books aren't even worth grading, and some people get them graded. Like, some guy brought in a 9.8 of some fucking random Spider-Man book, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? And he goes, oh, can I sell it here? And I'm like, bro, like,
so the graders are like, you can get it graded at shops, but you can also you could grade it outside of the shop.
You could drop it off to some shops, because some shops partner with CGC, right? They're like the the NBA of grading comics.
Okay.
So everybody grades through them. So you could go to a shop, or you could, if you know what you're doing, you could send it off by yourself. For cards, it's PSA, and they don't do the 0.5 system. They do like 1 through 10.
Okay.
They don't even have like a. I think they have like a non-gradable, but there's different companies. But right now, PSA.
But then people are just grading random shit, just cause they hoping kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're just grading. Yeah. I mean, with comics is it's a little more weird than cards, because some cards will blow up and go crazy, because not because it's anything crazy about the card, but just because, like, let's say a card gets a 10, and you go on the report and you see how many cards are graded as a 10. Some people are just like, yo, there's only 10 of these cards graded as 10, so that means it's super valuable. With comics, that shit does not matter.
So quantity doesn't necessarily matter.
No, because I don't know, man. Like, cards are just it's so weird. Like, I'll see like people, Pokemon cards, for example.
Yeah.
I'll see people go crazy over, like, spend thousands of dollars. It's like, what's special about this card? There's only 8 in the world. There's only 8 people. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, like, who cares? Like, it was the artist that did it. Like, the
so for this, it's about So it is about not just the thing itself. It's what surrounds it. Like, who made it, the culture at the time, whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
The reveal of the character. So it's like, well, boom, this one's got Wolverine in it.
Yeah. So
with the short.
And that's the ugly Wolverine. Yeah, that's why he looked like a badger.
Yeah, he looked like a Wolverine for real, like an animal.
So, yeah, like it gets, with cards, shit just blows up because you gotta open up 2,000 packs to get this. It's like a 1 in 2,000 chance to get it.
Yeah.
Where it's like comics is like, you can have a super rare. We see rare books come in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get rare books all the time. 1 in 100s, 1 out of 100, you know, books, 1 out of 50s, like ratio books that are like, if your shop didn't order 100 copies of this book, you did not get one.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, just because, like, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, it don't matter at the end of the day. Is it a first appearance? Like, is this is the artist, is this his first cover?
Would it being signed by Stan Lee or whoever it is be a bump up, or sometimes that they would rather you not have it signed?
It depends. It really depends, because CGC used to have a rule where, like, if they didn't look at it and get signed, it's not gonna get. You're gonna get a green label, like the book got defaced. But now they hired like an authentication company, which should have happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So none of that matters. But yeah, signatures can matter in some cases, but it might not even matter at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's comic book people are very particular with why things blow up the way they do, versus card people that they're just like, oh, this is the rare card, the rarest card in the set. It's automatically valuable.
That's now it's valuable.
With comic book people, it's like, we know it's rare, but who gives a fuck type shit.
Yeah. There's got to be because if you got a rare of this random thing no one cares about, it's like, it's like it don't matter if there's only been 10 prints.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also with cards, it's because there's a lot of different cards, and it's like, I'm thinking more, I'm thinking Pokemon, I'm thinking all that stuff, but it's like, I forgot I got baseball and basketball cards, but I have no reason to, I'm like, I forget about all the different card games, card systems, promotional cards. They make cards for damn near everything at one point in time. I went to a spot in Tennessee last year, and the dude, it was like at this like retro movie theater style place, and he had a bunch of random shit. He had packs of Power Rangers cards, trading card, like just a trading card from that era. And he's like, yeah, someone dumped these off a million years ago, and I'm just selling them for whatever. Like, if people want them, you can have them because they made promotional cards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like Fulham was like, yeah, these probably ain't worth shit, but but still.
Nah, and honestly, like you could go to some shops and like that and fleece them crazy because they be having stuff
That they don't even know.
they don't even know.
Yeah.
I went to like a thrift store in Philadelphia with my ex at the time. She lived in Philly, so I used to go there every weekend. And then I saw some like sealed video games, and then I immediately grabbed them. Yeah. I left them at her house, but so I ain't getting them back. But it was a sealed, the first Hitman game sealed.
Woo!
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, her first game, the good one.
Yeah.
For Xbox, the original one sealed.
Damn.
And it was a few other ones too. And then I spent $15-$20 on them.
And, he don't know what he had.
And then she was just like, "Oh, are those worth anything?" And I was just like, "Of course they are. Like, I'm not buying them for nothing. Like, you think I'm buying them because it's like." Yeah.
I will say that honestly, a lot of people, if they're like, we're in New York, and I know there's a bunch of shops, a bunch of places, but if you travel, go anywhere, especially further south you go, you'll go to these retro shops, go to these thrift stores.
I feel like New York City, like people know, they be knowing what they be having.
They know what they have, and the circulation is just different. And then it's like not only do they know what they have, they might have something and it might go so quick because I got it when I was on the phone. Like, he said he had it when I was on the phone with him yesterday. It's not gonna be there tomorrow. Whereas you will go to these spots. There's these like consignment shops that I pull up to in North Carolina that are like, they just be getting, police auction, whatever. They just get shit by the box load, and then they just be selling it all, like just like cents on the dollar. Because they're making a profit, but they don't care about. No. They got no time to be worrying about grading. They don't got no time to be worried about. Dude, I pulled up to a guy's spot, like in a plaza. It's literally just like he just opened up a place so he can store all this shit. And I asked him, I was like, he's got DVDs for cents on the dollar, and I was just like, "You got any anime?" He's like, "Yeah, dude came in here last week, bought all the anime." Like, just bought all the boxes.
The anime VHS tapes?
Yeah, like anime VHS tapes, DVDs. He's just like, I didn't have time to even grade it. I didn't want to grade it. I was just like, here.
Yeah, that's another new market too, like DVDs and VHS tapes.
Physical media.
Yeah, and then it's also a thing, like not having time to grade shit. Like, I've seen books, like comic books come out.
Yeah.
Like the dude, example. So you click that, the Charizard right there, click the Charizard. So the guy who did that Charizard, who drew that Charizard, he does comic book covers now.
Oh shit!
So he did a book called Usagi the Crow, and then he had a special cover for it. It was really rare. Right out the gate, it was going for $500, just because of who he was. I was able to buy my own copy, not for $500, but I was able to get one from like another website or something. I think I had pre-ordered it or some shit like that. I don't remember, but I got it. Right out the gate, it was a $400-$500 book. Now it's like a $100 book. So it's like sometimes, like by the time you grade it and get it back, it's not even worth what it was worth. But me, I didn't pay $100 for it. I mean, I got it for a good price off of some website, Unknown Comics or some shit. I don't remember. But I got mine signed by the dude who drew that. And he drew on it for me.
Oh,
so
shit.
He did a little sketch of the bunny.
Yeah.
Of the bunny samurai or bunny bodyguard. That's Usagi Yojimbo.
Is that the joint that the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
okay.
bunny bodyguard. So, So he did one, and it was great. That guy, he's not an easy person to get a hold of in terms of, you know what I mean, in terms of getting his signature.
So you gotta be out at a specific event or like a
yeah. He don't do many events. He doesn't like doing events. He can't do Pokemon events like that. unless he's contracted by Nintendo to go to these things. So putting his signature on anything adds crazy value. Like if that Charizard had his fucking signature and sketch on it, that PSA 10 whatever would be astronaut. You could probably buy a house with that, because I seen a PSA 7 Charizard, which probably goes for $300, sell for 2 Gs just because it had his signature and he sketched the Charizard on it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You really just gotta be, and it's like, I'm sure there's people who hunt for it, but sometimes it's just right place, right time. Like, I was at an event, homeboy was there. I was a fan first, and then I happened to have it.
He was at a friend of mine. She went to get it signed for me.
Yeah.
And then she was saying when she pulled the book out, everybody was crowding around like, "Yo, how'd you get that?" Because it's a hard book to get. Like if you knew who he was, then you knew what the book was.
Okay. Yeah.
But the comic book heads found out too late, because once the book went for was going crazy on eBay,
it already gone down.
all of the news reporters were like, "Oh, this is Usagi Yojimbo." Then they had found out who he was and did the education, or did the knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was already too late.
And then now everybody who wasn't in the know. So now it's more like all right, now I'm playing the long game. Now I'm waiting for it to be, because I don't know if that helps in any way, where it's like, and now it's been 10, 15 years. Maybe it's scarce. Maybe it's hard to find. And then it becomes...
Well, it's
like an investment type.
It's already hard to... It's already a scarce book.
Yeah.
But they did like a lot of, not reprints, but they did other versions of the book. And that kind of hurt the value of the book.
Yeah.
And then I had gotten mine signed and sketched on. So I had paid $100. Yojimbo.
Spell that for me.
Y-O.
I guess J.
Jimbo.
Yeah, I saw this on the game I wanted to the add-on for the game for the Ninja Turtles joint.
Yeah, so now that I got his signature, the next play, my next one,
Netflix got one. Yeah.
The next play is to get the creator to sign and draw on it.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna have the double sketch signature.
Yeah. It's actually kind of dope. I didn't know how relevant this was. I just thought it was an add-on to the Turtles.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, I didn't know they did like a combination type.
Well, this is one of the the grandfathers of like indie comics.
Okay.
One of, and I say one of, so don't attack me. Yeah, because they be just trying to
fact check like crazy, huh?
Yeah. So the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo, that's like a $10,000 book.
Ooh.
You know, so it's very hard to find. You know, so it's that's the only thing that guy did. He ain't do anything else. Hey, look, there he is.
That's the dude?
Yeah, that's the dude.
Yeah, he look like he want to chill. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Stan Sakai.
Yeah.
So I need to get his signature and his sketch.
Yeah.
And then I recoup all of the... Yeah. Because then it becomes... Because I saw his signature and sketch signed and graded go for $400.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, his shit is not hard to get. He does conventions all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even on like a first print. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm good. I think mine will be fine.
Hell yeah.
So that's another indie darling. Yeah, I think he was before Spawn too. Yeah, 40 years. 40 years to mark 40 years of Usagi Yojimbo, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but
I gotta pull up this shit.
I've never read it. I'm not gonna, so don't ask me no fucking questions about
I mean, I be doing shit off aesthetic alone sometimes. I just be like, listen.
Oh wait, go down.
What's it?
Oh no, never mind. That wasn't it. Okay, never mind. But yeah, before we leave, because I got to meet up with some people.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about a few more things. So we was talking about the adult comics and things like that. Now there's one that people don't know about that I think people should know about, and it sucks because we don't have a lot of copies of it. I sold all the copies of it.
Damn.
And it's called Uber, and it's
like the company.
Nah, like Ubermensch.
No, I mean like spelled like.
Yo, yeah. But with the two dots on the U.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of people like, oh, you know, I want to read The Boys and blah 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 blah, and I tell them not to read The Boys because the comic is not that good.
I have heard that. I've actually heard that. I don't know if you were the first person to tell me, but I have heard that several times over now at this point.
Yeah. Because when The Boys first came out, it wasn't how do I say, like, the reason why people liked it was because it wasn't something that had been done before. Like yes, we've had Faust, you know, like we had Faust, we had Spawn, but the thing that was cool about The Boys was, one, it was in color, and two was that it was a more traditional superhero comic where you had all these like different superpowers and things like that.
Yeah.
But it was like a dark spin on it. And that was the first time a lot of people have seen something like that been done before. Not saying that it hasn't been done before to my knowledge, but that was basically the breakout for
Something's gotta, some concept gotta get there.
And Garth Ennis was a popular writer at that time, and that was cool. It was because we get to see like, oh, what would the Flash be like if he was in the real world?
Yeah.
Or how would it happen? And that was great. But now when the show came out, it kind of like harmed the book more than it put it to the forefront.
And is that because it's the show is better in this case?
Yes, the show was just so good.
Yeah,
the show was great, and it did its own thing while staying true to the source material, and that's always good. But there's a book called Uber, which was done by another guy, and it was it's based on World War II.
Okay.
And so you could just pull it up right there, and it was more like, what if, you know, what if Hitler was winning the war? What if he did win the war? So the story is, with this, is that Hitler's losing the war. And I love the way that they portray Hitler here, because they portray him as like a coward idiot who kind of just doesn't know what he's doing. And the people working behind the scenes are the ones that are like really doing it.
So all the scientists and all the stuff, talk, like all the theories and stuff people have, like he's just a puppet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they come up with their own superheroes, and then it's like The Boys, where they got their I don't know what they call the serum in the show, I forgot.
V or whatever.
Yeah. So they get their own version of that, and then they just send them out there. And it wasn't even many of them. It was like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. And then they just send them with the army, and they just start destroying everything. So then all the other countries are like, "Yo, what the hell was going on? I thought we were winning," but they're not.
Damn.
So
it was just like these German super soldiers, basically.
Yeah, like, exactly. Go underneath that one. Not to the left. This one, yeah.
Woo!
So that's an homage to Action Comics, the first appearance of Superman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one was really cool. It was written very, very well. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
beautiful cover, beautiful homage. Um, they got another few ones that which I find it funny looking back on it because they did a Pantera homage.
Did they?
Yeah, and then
oh, the dude punch. Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
funny because they're racist.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny that they get the cover of Uber. It was like, oh, that's cool. Um, but yeah, this was. Oh, look, they got this dude. Go down. Go right. There you go. Right there.
Oh yeah.
You see? Yeah.
He's like a super soldier me.
Yeah.
like Goofy. Damn, man. I didn't know.
Then and there's the dude.
Siegfried. Siegfried Marcus.
Yeah, so that was so if you want to read a good version of the boys,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
this. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Might be hard to get because you can't walk into a store and buy this because
Okay.
like they're not gonna have it.
Yeah.
Very obscure, very
When did this come out?
I don't know. 2010s.
Okay, so the 10th. Okay,
The
so
2010s,
maybe
maybe a little after. I know it was a little after the boys.
Okay.
This definitely came after the boys.
I like the Wolfenstein kind of art design, like just like heavy on the dark.
Yeah, they cooked with this.
Yeah.
They
I'm a big fan of people doing a lot with a little, like, because that is one of the things about comics that can be a little overwhelming, is because I mainly read manga, so I'm like, sometimes the amount of color on a comic, it just like, it oversaturates me, and I'm like, I can't even read the bubbles, like I don't even know what's happening. I like when a comic will take a theme and stick with it. Like, it's like there's maybe like a small color palette here, but they doing a lot, and this shit is, it's like, you got some crazy almost juggernaut looking dudes. It's tough.
It looks good, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a really good story. Spoiler alert, it's not finished.
Okay.
Um,
And it, like, is it done and it's not finished?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on, but I know the creator. Somebody tweeted at the creator, and they were like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "You gotta speak to the publisher about that one."
Oh, so
yeah,
it's
not him.
The industry problem.
Yeah. It's not him. But it's a great piece of work. And I just wanted to highlight that because I feel like people need to know about Uber. Shout outs to Kieran Gillen. He does have a book called Power Fantasy. I think that's him.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's him. So shout outs to Kieran Gillen. Please finish this book.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up.
Because it has to be a show at some point. Like, this needs to get the show treatment. This needs its own show.
No, it would be something that I feel like get a good, maybe add it to Amazon or Hulu's roster. Somebody put it out.
Yeah, because this is good. And lastly, who's everybody been talking about the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you know, I got the
Punisher on.
They got the Punisher on. I like what they're doing with the Punisher in this show. I like it. I like it a lot because now they really I like the Proud Boy thing that they got going. Proud Boy, Blue Lives Matter, whatever that they got. Or he got like his fan club or his cult. The Punisher show, well, not the Punisher show, but the Daredevil is really doing the Punisher justice in this one. You don't see much of him.
This new The new series, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like with this show, they're using him the way that they should use him. You can't use him too much.
Yes.
Can't use him too much. He's not a guy that you could really, because he's one dimensional, and I mean that in the most respectful way. I've read before people say anything dumb. I've read every Punisher: Steve Grant, Mike Barron, Chuck Dixon, Jason Aaron, Garth Ennis. You name it, I read it. So I've earned the right to say that. So he's a very one dimensional. Um, he's a very one dimensional character. I like what he stands for. You can do good stories with him, but you just can't put him too much because then he just kind of becomes generic.
It loses the value. It's the shock factor of it. They have a good term for that or at least like a commonly used one in film. It's kind of the T-Rex effect. So when like Jurassic Park came out, the concept of T-Rex really doesn't actually have a lot of screen time in the movie, but when he shows up, it's the biggest event, and it creates this suspense. It's like this means something when he's on screen. They do the same with Darth Vader. They do the same with a few other iconic characters. I can see that with Punisher, where it's like it's because he's so powerful that when he shows up, he don't need a lot of screen time.
No,
doesn't need it, and it makes people want to watch it even more. Like I could definitely see that. Do you like this dude as well? John Barenthal.
Not he's not my favorite, but I know a lot of people really like him, but I don't think he's the best looking Punisher.
Fair.
I think the best looking Punisher was Ray Stevenson, I think his name is. If we had Ray Stevenson in this one, but you just gotta Google him.
Yeah, let me see.
Just Ray Stevenson. There you go.
Yeah, this was the one movie.
Yeah, Warzone.
Yeah, this one was fire. I like this one. I like the first two. I do like the first one, even though some people say it's whatever. But yeah, this dude was tough.
Yeah, so if we could get, rest in peace, but if we could get him in the Daredevil show, that would have been like it would have been crazy because they got Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, and now John Bernthal.
Yeah.
But I think the best looking, most intimidating, like big dude, bro. Like,
no, he was this one was one of my favorites. I like this movie when I was growing up.
I mean, I didn't like any of them. The Thomas Jane one was pretty good, but in terms of like just going crazy and like just all the violence, this one definitely tops it. But I think they had the right guy, wrong movie.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the first three.
The first three.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. I put John Barenthal somewhere in between. Or like maybe somewhere like he's somewhere with here. Like I never watched this one, so I can't speak. But he don't look like a Punisher.
Nah,
he's
too much of a pretty boy.
Yeah, he's like you a model type, bro. Like you don't need to be you don't need to be in that arena. But no, yeah, I feel like it's because we haven't had a Punisher movie yet. Because there's something different about making a movie versus like a TV show.
I think a movie works more than a TV show.
John Barenthal is a fantastic actor in a movie setting. Like you give him 2 hours to produce, like you give him 2 hours to put on all airs, he's gonna deliver. In the show, it is a little like not stilted, but it's different. It's like TV's different than movie. You give him his own Punisher movie, I feel like he'd impress. I feel like he would impress.
No, yeah. I mean, I like him. I think he's good. Yeah. He's not my favorite looking Punisher.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. I think Ray Stevenson is the best comic book accurate Punisher. John Bernthal, not really so much.
Fair.
I like him, but I just think Ray Stevenson really, like, when I think of Punisher, I think of Ray Stevenson.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Do you feel like they're doing a good job? I haven't caught any of the new series yet. I need to. I'm like,
well, you should. There's one because it's good, and two, like this is I'm excited because now we're gonna get the real Punisher, not this like the last two seasons of the show. They just really didn't get the character, and I feel like they kind of understand the character at this point, and I feel like they really going into uncharted territories where we're gonna see Punisher kill cops. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him do a lot of. We're gonna see him do a lot of Punisher shit.
Punisher shit.
We're gonna see him do a lot of crazy shit, and hopefully this culminates to like if you go up, go up, go up. See, this is what I want to see. Punisher with the War Machine.
Ooh.
Like this is what I'm hoping we'll get.
So this happened.
In the comic, yes.
Damn.
Yes. They gave Frank the War Machine.
That's wild. Yeah, it was bugging for that.
yeah. Shout outs to Matthew Rosenberg for making that happen. He's a cool dude. He did a signing the other day, and I got to speak to him a little bit.
Nice.
We were chatting it up. But that's the toy version of it. It's expensive, and
yeah, that's cool.
$500. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
It's crazy.
But yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
So hopefully this happens in the MCU, because there's not really much that I feel like they could do with him that would be like a huge thing in the MCU, because how do you put the Punisher in between all of this, like Doomsday and like
I don't, and I think what they're gonna have to start doing is they will have to start doing one-off stories, like not that they're not connected in any way. Like, you know, you can have the news flash of so and so saving so and so, but you don't need to connect these characters. Let them live on their street, on their alley, where they are, what they're doing, until maybe the time is right. But don't make the movie with the intention of being like, all right, then we're gonna put you in Avengers 7. No, like, just make the story.
If he shows up in any Avengers doing that, it has to be in that.
It has to be in that.
It has to be in that.
And that would be like a last ditch effort. That would be an awesome reveal. It's like, it's one of those like, I know a guy. You know, it's just like,
yo, how you gonna fight Doctor Doom?
How you gonna fight Dr. Doom? We need a new War Machine, whatever Rhodey can't do, whatever the case may be.
And then he
I know a guy.
up,
and then it's just this unhinged nigga.
Yeah, I would. Yo, the theater would go batshit insane if they saw this, because not many. The casual person doesn't know that this happened.
I didn't know this shit.
Exactly. The casual. So imagine you go to the MCU, you go to the shit. You're a casual. You would flip shit seeing him in an Iron Man suit with the Punisher skull on it.
Yeah.
So this has to happen.
Yeah. So, it could be a lead up. I mean, you know,
I don't know if they're gonna do it
to something. It's a lead up to something, but either way.
But
I think
they need to do it.
Yeah.
They need to do it. And also shout outs to Garth Ennis for making the Punisher possible, because if it wasn't for Garth Ennis, if it wasn't for the dude who did the Boys, all that other shit, Punisher wouldn't be the guy that he is right now, because he freaking really made him into the guy. He made him. It was his work, not these Chuck Dixon crying on Twitter about Bane, whatever. Not this Mike Barron also crying on Twitter, making All Lives Matter comics. This is Garth Ennis is the man. And also, before I leave, read Punisher. The end it was so, all right. So Marvel had this thing where they were making stories where it was like, well, what if we had to end the comic today? How would we write it?
Ooh, nice. So they just do like epilogue issues for everything. That's fine.
So they did one for Fantastic Four, I think. They did one for the Hulk, which was one of the best ones in my opinion. They did one for the Punisher, which is up there with the Hulk. And he really goes out there and starts Luigi Manjoning people. or Mangione, whatever.
Mangione,
yeah. He really
Luigi niggas out
yes,
here?
he goes full Luigi. He goes full Luigi.
Damn.
I don't want to say the story,
Luigi. That's crazy.
but he tracks down these billionaires, and I don't want to say why because I want people to read it.
Yeah.
But he goes full Luigi, and he just this was the that was the ending, and he says when I open my eyes the sun is shining. Yeah, and then
it's 1970. Damn.
So
yeah,
if you scroll, I think there's more if you scroll. So
yeah.
So that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, he really went crazy. Yeah, so that's one of the billionaires.
This guy?
Yeah. But it's good, man. It's a good quick read. I think more people should also read that because there's a lot of people that they say like, oh, the Punisher wouldn't do this, Punisher wouldn't do that, like, oh, the Punisher wouldn't kill a cop.
Mm-hmm. No, are you kidding? The Punisher would kill.
He would kill anybody.
He's one of the most anti-establishment people ever. Like, what are you
he would go after anybody if he felt he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Well, I got some more reading material.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good because they had the end book.
Yeah.
And I was at work and I was like, yo, what's with this? And then one of my
coworkers. And is that all of them? Is that like the
the omnibus? Yeah, I had all of them. It didn't have the Punisher one in it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I was pissed.
I'm gonna catch these and stuff.
Because a coworker was explaining it to me and I was like, word? And he was like, yeah. And then I took it home and I read it and I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. The Hulk one is great, though. The Hulk one is another good one.
The end sounds actually really, really cool. Like that whole concept.
The Wolverine one was decent. I just didn't really like the ending.
I was actually gonna ask you. I didn't know if that was gonna go off on a tangent, but like how related to Old Man Logan that was supposed to be.
It was nothing like Old Man Logan.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Completely different from Old Man Logan, actually.
Okay. Oh, I have seen this cover. Like crazy. Yeah, he's like falling apart, but at the same time, I've actually somebody showed me this cover a long time, or I saw it like surface somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you probably saw it on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, they do like a lot of cool shit. Because TikTok. Because there's another thing. Because TikTok is gonna blow up Angela.
Angela?
Yeah. When from Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
From I was saying that when Angela's was originally a Thor character.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Once she gets into Marvel Rivals, all the TikTokers are gonna be licking their lips. They're gonna be like, they can't wait. They can't wait.
Hold on. What is this? Marvel Angela? Oh yeah, they gonna lose it. Yeah, they ain't gonna know what to do with themselves.
Well, not because of that, but just because the TikTok is gonna have some lore to put up. You know, and since what's this chick Magic was successful.
Oh yeah, because Magic blew up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Magic, the honeymoon phase for Jeff the Landshark is over.
So it's the Magic.
It's Magic now. It's Magic now. People are over Jeff.
Yeah.
So on the left, I think that's her Spawn. That's what she looked like when she was in Spawn, but I can't tell.
Kind of looks a little Spawnish, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that is
Spawn.
Spawn.
If anything else.
That is Spawn. But yeah, so the once the TikTokers see, they can't wait to tell everybody that she was a Spawn character.
Oh, listen, so they just want to be the first on it.
Yeah,
everybody be trying to be the first on. Did you know?
Yeah, and then yeah, see, look, go up right there.
Right.
No, underneath. Go to the left. One, there you go. Boom.
Yeah. Hell. Spawn. Damn. Okay.
Well, I don't know how she. Listen, I don't know anything about because I know in Spawn she's an angel.
Okay.
And then she was
type.
Yeah, she was one of God's disciples, and then she was sent to take out Spawn, and then that's how she was introduced. And this one she's a part of Hell. Mm-hmm. I don't really know much about Angela because I don't read Thor. But if she's gonna be a Marvel Rivals character, we gotta break the news first before everybody goes. Before the did you know people come.
Well, yo, that's it. You heard it. Heard it and saw it first.
Yes. Then everybody's gonna be buying the Spawn book, the Marvel Rivals. It's all that. All those did you know people are annoying though. Because they did I remember there was these people that kept on asking for this one book. I forgot what the fucking book was called. It was all over TikTok. You know this one. It was a Marvel book. Marvel Ruins.
Ruins. Okay, yeah.
And then there was like people asking for that, and I'm like, and me and my folks were, why are people asking for a fucking $1 book? And then and then everybody kept on asking for that book. Yeah. And I'm like, just because some dude put it on TikTok and it had like 3 million views.
Well, they said like, I actually heard it was kind of a good headline. It's like, because TikTok be annoying me a lot, but sometimes it does.
You saw the movie? You saw the TikToks on it?
No, not on this. But in general, they were saying like the TikTok book talk community has gotten people to buy more books. So I'm like, yes, I'll take that. I will take, like, people are showing up to bookstores and libraries and comic book shops to buy shit. I will take that. But what they're pushing, I don't know. But I like the fact that people actually read.
But there's no,
like, yo, take your ass
way to. It's not collected in a book.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go to the store and be like, yo, one Marvel Ruins. And then we will be like, yeah, it's not collected in anything that I'm aware of.
So it's too scattered for you to be harping and it being blown up just crazy. So now
it made the book like $50. Like, it was a $50. The first issue was like a $50 book around the time where people were like, which is cool that people were buying it for $50, but at the same time, it's like, brother, like,
yeah, it's like 200 now almost. Yeah,
they want 200 beans. The story's not even good. It's just like edgy shit.
The power of demand and like adaptation. Like, somebody says something and they'll spin it because it's just like saw that with a damn, I can't remember the game. It was literally a game that I was at J&L, and because you already know it's gonna be expensive, but I was at J&L. I was looking at a copy of a game, and I shit you not, it was like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's a pause. But it's a PlayStation 2 copy. It was a PlayStation 2 copy and a PS4 copy of whatever the game was. PS4 copy was, or PS2 copy was like maybe $20. PS4 copy, because it was the remaster for the PS2 version, was like $60. And we literally asked him, like, why is this and why is this that? And he's just like, honestly, I'm staying ahead of it. Like, he literally price pointed the newer version that should be not as expensive, more expensive, for whatever reason. So it can just happen. I guess it can just happen.